I'm the victim! I'm the victim! I'm the victim!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very interesting topic to talk about. Many people have spoken about this topic in the past, but because there's so much coverage on it and we've recently learned new news, I wanted to go ahead and cover this topic. You guys, as always, let me know what you think in the comments. Your comments are valuable to me, and they're also valuable to everybody else who watches this video. Different perspectives are what make the world go around, so your perspective is important. Now, today we're going to be looking at a story that is the definition, in my opinion, of clout culture, something that is so prevalent these days. Sometimes clout culture can be positive, sometimes it can go well, but sometimes it can go very wrong. And in this particular case, it went very wrong. We're talking about a situation where someone tried to weaponize social media, as is very prevalent, and they tried to do this in order to make themselves look like a hero. But instead, they ended up looking like a criminal. Now, just imagine being a victim of a crime that never, ever happened, and then realizing that you now are the one that the police are looking for. Let's get into the case of Olivia Henderson. So here's the deal. It's October 2025 in Oswego, New York. Olivia Henderson is working as a DoorDash driver. It's a regular night, busy as usual, and nothing out of the ordinary. She gets an order, and the customer does what a lot of people do. He leaves specific instructions. Leave at the door, don't ring bell. Sounds simple enough, right? But when she gets there, the front door is open, and as she peers inside the glass storm door, she sees the customer. He's passed out drunk on his couch, and he's partially undressed. Now, a normal person, a person with a shred of decency, in my opinion, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. A normal person with decency would have just left the food, maybe call for a wellness check if they were genuinely worried about the situation, and they would have just went about their night, no matter how weird that situation might have seemed. Or perhaps they would have just left altogether, not even leaving the food, and just contacted the company and possibly the police if they felt threatened or they felt something was weird or off. You know, just do the normal right thing. Hopefully something that most people would do. But that's not what happened. Instead of following the instructions, Olivia pulls out her phone and starts recording this man in his own home while he's unconscious. And if that wasn't bad enough, then she runs to TikTok, an app that she's very familiar with. And she doesn't just post this video that she illegally took, but she creates a narrative. She tells her followers, and eventually 30 million viewers, that she was a victim of SA. And this was an allegation that many people, including myself, took very seriously at the time. I remember when this first came out. When I first saw her video, I was immediately on her side. My heart went out to her. And honestly, that's because she was so convincing in her story, in the way she portrayed this whole scenario. I felt terrible for what I thought she'd gone through, and I guess for what she thought she went through. But in the back of my mind, I did know enough to know that there's always two sides to a story. And not long after, we end up finding out the other side. Now, think about this for a second. She claims that she was assaulted by a man who was literally sleeping. He was unable to move or even acknowledge her existence. She enters his space, records him while he is at his most vulnerable, and she does it all for clicks and views. While watching her videos, you'll notice something very clearly. Almost all you hear from her is I.
My job. Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing. They just fired me! And the police are doing nothing! I lost my job! And that was my only way to make money to pay my bills!
I was a victim. I lost my job. I'm the one being punished. This level of narcissism is staggering. She's so focused on her own story that she never once stops to think about the human being on the other side of that camera. She even says, now he can live with the shame and embarrassment.
No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished. This is a man's world! I'm the victim! Remember? I'm the victim! And they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were gonna have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope.
No, Olivia. The embarrassment has backfired. You wanted to expose him, to feel important. You wanted to expose him to get those clicks and views, but all you did was incriminate yourself. And then she tries to blame DoorDash.
In a video with the caption, "Time to sue DoorDash?" Henderson said that she has spoken with DoorDash support multiple times and they refused to tell her why her account was deactivated. She also claims that she couldn't access money that she had already earned that hadn't been transferred from the app to her bank account. But
DoorDash isn't supporting her. They locked her out of her account. But DoorDash, they saw right through it. They put out a statement clearly saying,
"We've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it, full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that is exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated along with the customers while we investigated. We've also ensured that the Dasher has full access to their earnings, and we know these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know if you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support.
If you feel unsafe, you come to us. And it couldn't have been put in a better way. DoorDash doesn't just fire people for reporting assault. They fire people for violating a customer's privacy. And in this circumstance, in one of the most disgusting ways possible. How do you just go recording some dude sleeping? Especially when he doesn't have clothes on. Now, the police did their homework. They found that no assault occurred. None. Well, at least not to Olivia. The only crime committed that night was to a poor man sleeping on his own couch by the person holding the phone, telling the world how much of an evil guy he is. Now, Olivia's been indicted by a grand jury. She's facing 8 years in prison for unlawful surveillance and dissemination of those images. Here's the saddest part about the situation. She got the attention she wanted. In fact, more than she ever expected, 30 million views. But she got it at the expense of a man's entire life. This guy's identity might not be public yet, but his neighbors know. His family knows. He has to live with that trauma and that shame forever. And if this case goes to trial, his name will definitely be coming out of the woodwork. And for what? Because someone wanted to feel important on social media. If you were actually concerned about your welfare, you would have called the cops, not opened TikTok. And now she's facing 8 years in prison. And she's still asking, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why me? Poor me. This day and age, this is some crazy stuff that happens all the time. People point and shoot, and then they incriminate themselves. And it's because people don't think beyond the clicks and views. So guys, think beyond the clicks and views, please. Let us know what you think about this story in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all at the next video.